Well, the good news is, unlike IQ, so Kevin's IQ will always be what it's going to be. And if you saw my board scores, you would conclude that Kevin's a dope, right? Personality. Obviously, I have a fixed personality, but in EI is highly learnable. But the first and most important thing is to avail yourself of being intuitive and being empathetic. I mean, it's easy to go, I want you to do this, as opposed to taking the time to explain based upon understanding. If I say that if I give someone instructions in a certain way, how are they going to feel? That takes time. And some people don't want to take the time. So I think it is a very teachable phenomenon, but it starts with placing others before you. How do they feel? And how am I going to apply myself to that?
So it's so interesting because when I look back at my career and before doing my, jumping ship and kind of doing my own thing, the bosses that I worked for, some of them really had it and some of them really didn't. Yeah. And I definitely could tell you that the ones that didn't, I didn't like, to be honest. Right? I mean, I was also in my 20s, so I was like, I don't like you. But I just, I didn't feel like I connected with them. I never felt like a team with them. I never felt like they understood where I was coming from. And I wasn't asking for empathy of oh, I'm late giving you this deliverable. You should empathize because I was up late last night and right. Whatever. It wasn't that. It was just, we just never really connected. But I do find that some people who are introverts or just more task oriented or even goal oriented sometimes struggle with that empathy. And I do find that active listening is a great start. Have you found other tools that have helped you or other people on your team maybe not become as intuitive as you are, but at least get that muscle going?
I spent a lot of time with companies like the Googles of the world and others who have this problem. People come up through the ranks of being immense technology leaders, and then overnight, boop, here, you're in charge.
Yeah.
And you're challenged. What I would say is there are a lot of great techniques. I call the art of the ask is something I talk about, which is 5 essential questions and how to ask them. And the use of questioning is a great place to start, because the first thing the questioning does is it changes the dialogue from me being a teller to me being an asker. So if I ask someone before I'm going to give a task, how are you feeling today? And how do you feel about the task ahead of us? I'm going to get a very different response as I articulate what it is I want. So there are a number of techniques that people who might not be intuitive, but can use them effectively and connect with people on a completely different level.